Hi, my name is Brea Dutt, and welcome to my LifePage. I'll be talking about project management today, but before that, let me introduce myself. I went to high school in Vasant Valley School in Delhi, and after that I went to study economics at Smith College in Northampton, Massachusetts. Right after college, I started working as a business analyst briefly for 6 months. After that, I realized what I wanted was more of a broad overview, and I also wanted to get into technology. So I started working as a project manager at a company called Intrepid Pursuits, which has been recently, in 2017, September, been acquired by Accenture. Project manager, what my main job is to make sure that the information from the client to the designers and then to the developers is accurately passed through. So a lot of that is just making sure that we clarify the information that we're receiving to make sure it represents what the client actually is asking for, and making sure that the developer or the designer understands what the client's vision is and what the functionality should be. The first one that we're going to talk about is budgeting. It's really helpful to study different ways of tracking budget because it depends on so many factors like the marginal cost of each designer or developer that I have on my projects, or it depends on the amount of time that the project is. So it's really helpful to play around with different templates of trackers so you make sure that you're spending the right amount of money in the right amount of time. So like I mentioned earlier, time management and roadmap management is a really important skill for a project manager. We want to make sure that the projects are delivered in a timely fashion as decided upon by the client or the leadership of the company. Top of my list is collaboration. I really like pulling the pieces together and making a whole puzzle out of all the different aspects that go into building a product. Especially in technology, I find this really interesting because developers and designers come from such different backgrounds, and fostering that sense of collaboration feels really rewarding. The first is that it's a very high demand job. You are basically liable for all the different risks and failures of the project because it's your job to bring it together and make sure that you identify it in advance. So we have this meeting daily at 9:45 a.m. called the daily Scrum, where the entire team gets together and they give their brief update. So this is a part of the agile development methodology. We quickly talk about what did you do yesterday, what are you going to do today, and what challenges or achievements did you have between yesterday and today. So that's really helpful at getting a quick overview of what the team is up to and if they have any issues that you can help resolve. Next, it really depends on the day. I'm in a lot of different meetings to help facilitate conversations, to get requirements from the client or from the upper management, kind of sifting through those requirements, sending it to the product manager if need be for further evaluation. So just meetings basically to facilitate the project further. Sometimes you need clarification meetings between team members. So for example, if a designer and a developer aren't really understanding what the other needs from each other, you have a meeting, solve it, facilitate the conversation. So a lot of the day goes in that, and then other than that, I'm making sure that all of my different roadmaps are up to date, making sure that my tracking, like my budget tracker, is up to date, and that if there are any risks, I'm alerting the people who need to know about the risks well in time. Depending on the day, I usually leave work by 6 o'clock. If you have a good sense of time management, there's not really much need for me to stay overtime. So I hope I was able to give you a balanced view of this position. Thank you so much.